Hey, what's up guys? This is Astranox. We got the patch notes, and heroes that do have a drop rate up are Cecilia and Kise. So let me talk about Cecilia real quick because she's got a new artifact that's been added to the game. So let's look at her skills real quick. So 1% drop rate for featured banners, and 1.05% for the artifact. So that's Cecilia. If you don't know her, she's a fire knight. And let's talk about her skill number 3 first. To be honest, like, she's a knight, but she's actually quite fast. 110 base speed on her. And she attacks everyone with this. 100% chance to provoke, if it doesn't get resisted, of course, after skill ups. And you grant immunity to the whole team, including herself, for 2 turns. And then you've got a barrier that is based on her max health on herself for 2 turns as well. So this skill, because she's got 110 base speed, she's a fire knight, so you could be able to position her, use her in your roster, but she's not a hero that shows up too much. I do see her sometimes. There's a few players that did build her in champion, high champion. Not really legend. Not from what I've seen, but she can definitely be used. You're gonna need a really thick team, and you need to put that immunity to good use. That skill number 2, the damage on skill 3 is actually pretty high if you have a lot of health, so keep that in mind. But she's not a limited hero, so of course I'm gonna be talking about the heroes. But to be honest, like, if you're a free-to-play player, you gotta save for limited heroes unless you know that you have the, you already have the next limited hero that's gonna come out, if you know for sure. But yes, you need 605 Covenant Bookmarks for 121 pull. And her skill number 2 is, it's an AoE and decreased attack for 2 turns. So it's strong because decreased attack is very good, but you need to have 50% health or less to have the effect chance increased by 50%. So after skill ups, this becomes 100%. And the damage scaled based on her max health. And it doesn't deal that much damage, actually. The multiplier on the skill 2 is really not that high. Skill 1 has decreased defense for 2 turns, so that's very powerful. Defense break cuts the defense by 70% of the target. It's 2 turns as well. 50% chance after skill up. A very strong skill number 1. She's a knight, so she has access to all the great knight artifacts. So that is Cecilia. Now her artifact is brand new, Rise of a Monarch. And this thing it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. It reminds me of Cecilia's skill number 2, Fallen Cecilia's skill 2. Increased defense by 10%. So that's a passive. This is always on, unless she dies, right? The knight carrying this artifact, if it goes down, then you don't have this passive anymore. At the end of the turn, grants a barrier equivalent to 16% of the caster's max health for 2 turns to the ally, except for the caster with the lowest health. So what I do like here is that it affects the ally with the lowest HP threshold. So that's good in terms of survival. You don't want that to be applied to herself. She already has barrier on her skill number 3. You don't want that to overlap anyways. So in terms of protection, it's good. The only issue is that it happens at the end of the caster's turn. So that's a big problem if your knight's going to be slow. So keep that in mind. You can't just stick that on Ethan and have a tick barrier at the start of the battle. It's not like Bastion of Perlucia, which is much stronger for that. So that is her artifact and my quick thoughts about it. But it's definitely good, but it's definitely, I mean, it's also not worth going for if you, because it's not limited. You might end up getting this thing later down the line. Kise real quick. I will try to showcase Kise. I have her skilled up and on my account number 1. So I'll try to showcase her. Cecilia, on the other hand, I do have her built on account number 3, so I could try to showcase her. It's just I don't have skill ups, so I'll have to check that out. I do have the showcase of Dark Corvus coming up. I need to work on my side story before the patch. Actually, for my 4 accounts, there's 2 accounts that still need to be grinded. And yeah, so showcase of Dark Corvus to be expected, and the specialty change of Requiem Roar, that's gonna have to wait a bit because that side story is a pretty big grind for the 4 accounts. Okay, so Kise on her skill number 3, she attacks, single target attack. She goes in stealth for 2 turns, so you got that survivability boost right there, and then if you land a critical hit, you get a barrier, and the strength of the barrier is based on her attack. So even more survivability. And then when you are in stealth and you take an AoE attack, an attack that hits everyone, including herself, then she's in stealth, so she takes 50% less damage. And if she has a barrier and the barrier doesn't break, that means she stays in stealth, which is another big survivability boost right there. So I'll try to showcase that to the best of my ability and champion. So yeah, we'll see. She's not a hero that you see too much because her kit is, the damage on her skill 2 is not that high. Let's continue talking about skill number 3. This thing actually increases the cooldown of skill cooldown of the target by 2 turns. So it's very powerful. If you make her very quick and you keep lapping the enemy, or in PvE like a boss, you could sort of like lock down that target, which is a big deal. And damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's current health. So I don't have the multipliers on hand for this hero, but from what I remember, skill 3 is pretty solid. Skill number 2, if you're not in stealth, then you will not be penetrating defense by 60%. So it is very strong, It is pretty good when you are in stealth, but if you're not, it's definitely underwhelming. The multiplier on this thing is not that high, but I'll try to showcase it. Skill number 1 is very interesting because if you attack someone that is buffed, you are dealing 70% more damage, and that's a big deal. And before, it was against targets that have a barrier. So she was built for Wyvern 10, Wyvern 11 back in the days. That's why I built her. But I brought her in PvP a lot. I did showcase her in the past when I had to deal damage against barrier targets with barrier. But now it's way more potent this way because buffs, they are everywhere. If you're going first, they have immunity. You might have barrier already from Fallen Cecilia or whatever, an artifact. And the soul burn boosts the damage even further for only 10 souls. I would say that this skill number 1 is pretty insane, especially on dual attacks. If she does a dual attack with someone, if you're triggering dual attack, it's quite a big deal. So I'll try to showcase that. The artifact of Kise, it was introduced not too long in the game, and they're trying to push it because she's got another rate up. So Alabastron is an increase of effectiveness for the owner, the holder, by 35%, and that's how it is at level 1 or max. And then you have a 50% chance to increase speed for 1 turn at the end of the caster's turn. So if you want to shorten that time before you actually go, then that's pretty good for going again. Because if you have it on her and you go in stealth after skill 3, if you get speed buff, then you're gonna use skill 2 faster. That means less chance to get out of stealth, so you can penetrate defense by 60%. Side story: A Long Way Home. Side story of Cecilia, and well, it's gonna be catalyst for her, of course. Well, not only her, whoever has the same star sign, yes, will use these catalysts. So very good. I mean, MolaGora, always very nice to get that. I go for the epic catalyst, the bookmarks, the artifact charms, and I talked about this already. And that's it for the patch notes, guys. Let us know what you think about it. Are you going to be pulling for for Kise? Are you going to pull for Cecilia? To be honest, like, I'll try to showcase them so you have an idea, but you should definitely be saving for limited heroes. Limited banners are the way to go, because you might just get one of these heroes from doing random Covenant summons, daily summon, maybe your 4 to 5 star, summoning ticket, elemental summon. You need to definitely save for limited heroes. Because I mean, when there's a collaboration or like you got like 2 limited, 3 limited in a row, you have to be ready for that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now, and check out my other videos. They are on the screen. Check my playlist under my channel, and check my second YouTube channel. It's advertised in the video description, pinned comment, and top right of the screen. Press the I. All right, peace out for now.